Is the evil empire about to steal the soul of Philadelphia, or is this just the wildest fantasy in baseball history? Good evening, everyone. Tonight we aren't just discussing a trade rumor. We are discussing a potential seismic shift that would alter the gravitational pull of Major League Baseball forever. For years, Bryce Harper has been the undisputed king of Philadelphia. He is the man who bowed to the crowd, the man who brought the swagger back to Citizens Bank Park, and the man whose $330 million contract was supposed to be a lifetime commitment. But in the shadows of the hot stove season, a whisper has started to grow into a roar, and it involves the one team that every Phillies fan loves to hate, the New York Yankees. According to growing speculation circling the league's inner circles, the Bronx Bombers have been loosely linked to a stunning trade scenario involving Harper. Let that sink in for a moment. We are talking about the face of the National League, a two-time MVP, potentially stripping off the red pinstripes for the navy blue ones. This isn't just a roster move, it's a cultural earthquake. The Yankees, always hungry for star power, are reportedly eyeing Harper to pair him with their captain, Aaron Judge. The mere thought of those two titans in the same lineup is enough to keep opposing pitchers awake at night in a cold sweat. Why now? Why would the Phillies even entertain the idea of moving their franchise cornerstone? The logic, however twisted it may seem to a die-hard Philly fan, lies in the ruthless nature of the business. Roster decisions are constantly evolving. Teams are always looking for ways to reshape their future, to get younger, or to shed massive financial commitments if they feel their window is closing. Harper is still elite, but he is also expensive and aging. If the Phillies front office, led by the ever-aggressive Dave Dombrowski, believes a retool is necessary, moving Harper is the nuclear option. It's the kind of move that gets a GM fired or enshrined in the Hall of Fame, with zero middle ground. The Yankees are one of the few organizations on the planet with the financial muscle to absorb that contract and the audacity to even ask the question. To understand the magnitude of this rumor, we have to open the history books. This feels like the modern-day equivalent of the Babe Ruth sale, or perhaps more accurately, the Alex Rodriguez trade to the Yankees in 2004. When A-Rod went to the Bronx, it shifted the balance of power in the American League for a decade. It created a super team villain that the rest of the league rallied against. A Harper to New York trade would have that same visceral impact. It would reignite the evil empire narrative instantly. Harper was courted by the Yankees back in 2018 before he chose Philadelphia. Many insiders believed he was destined for the Bronx then. Is this simply destiny delayed? Let's talk about the tactical fit, because it is terrifyingly perfect. Bryce Harper's swing is a violent, beautiful thing, tailored by the baseball gods specifically for Yankee Stadium. That short porch in right field? It would be like playing wiffle ball for him. We have seen left-handed sluggers like Reggie Jackson, Jason Giambi, and Curtis Granderson feast in that ballpark. Harper could legitimately challenge for 50 or 60 home runs, playing 81 games a year in that bandbox. The historical context here is undeniable. The Yankees have always collected MVPs like trophies. From DiMaggio to Mantle, from Jackson to Judge, they thrive on star power. Harper fits that lineage. He has the flair, the drama, and the clutch gene that New York demands. But for Philadelphia, the historical comparison is darker. It brings back memories of trading away icons, of giving up too soon. Think of the Steve Carlton trade rumors that never happened, or the actual trade of Curt Schilling. If Harper leaves, it's not just a player leaving, it's the identity of the team walking out the door. The Phillies have built their entire marketing, their clubhouse culture, and their fan engagement around Bryce Harper's intensity. Removing him is like removing the engine from a Ferrari and expecting it to still win the race. It would be a betrayal of the highest order in the eyes of the Philly faithful, a city that values loyalty above all else. The ghosts of Veterans Stadium would be restless if this deal ever came to fruition. Let's analyze the mechanics of this hypothetical blockbuster. This isn't a simple player-for-player swap. This is a financial labyrinth. Harper is in the middle of a 13-year, $330 million deal. For the Yankees to take that on, they would need to clear significant payroll space or pay a luxury tax bill that would rival the GDP of a small nation. Hal Steinbrenner has been hesitant to blow past certain tax thresholds recently, but for Harper, for a chance to pair him with Judge, the checkbook might just fly open. Imagine the lineup: Aaron Judge batting second, Bryce Harper batting third. It's the murderer's row of the 21st century. You can't pitch around Judge because Harper is waiting. You can't pitch to Judge because he'll hurt you. It creates a pick-your-poison scenario that breaks opposing managers. However, the cost for New York goes beyond money. The Phillies would demand a king's ransom. We are talking about top prospects like Jason Dominguez, if he's not already starting, Spencer Jones, or Chase Hampton. They would likely ask for young, controllable major league talent as well. It would deplete the Yankees' farm system, leaving them with a win-now window that is incredibly narrow. If Harper or Judge gets injured, and both have extensive injury histories, the whole experiment could collapse under its own weight. Now, let's simulate the fan reaction. In New York, the radio lines on WFAN would melt down. "We got Harper. World Series is back on." The arrogance would return overnight. But in Philadelphia, it would be anarchy. We are talking about jersey burnings in the parking lot of the Wells Fargo Center. The voice of the fan in Philly is already skeptical of the front office after recent playoff exits. Trading Harper would be seen as a white flag, a surrender. How can you trade the MVP? Dombrowski has lost his mind. The emotional toll on the city would be devastating. Conversely, a small faction of analytical fans might argue, if we get 5 top prospects and clear the money, maybe it's smart? But logic rarely wins against emotion in sports, especially when it involves a player as beloved as Bryce. So, where does this leave us? We are standing on the edge of a cliff, looking down at a potential trade that would define a generation of baseball. The rumors are just whispers for now, but in the MLB, where there is smoke, there is often a raging fire. The complexity of the deal, the no-trade clauses, the money, the prospects, makes it incredibly difficult to pull off. But difficult does not mean impossible. The Yankees are desperate for a championship to validate the Judge era. The Phillies are desperate to shake up a roster that has fallen short. Desperation is a powerful motivator. If this trade happens, it will be the biggest story in sports, eclipsing the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, everything. It would be Harper versus the world, wearing the pinstripes of the villain. It would be the ultimate heel turn for Philadelphia and the ultimate power move for New York. But even if it doesn't happen, the fact that we are talking about it shows how fluid the situation in Philadelphia has become. No one is safe, not even the $330 million man. Now, I need to hear from you. This is the ultimate what if. If you are a Yankees fan, do you mortgage the future for Bryce Harper? And if you are a Phillies fan, is there any package of prospects that would make you okay with seeing Harper in the Bronx? Sound off in the comments below. This is a conversation that is going to heat up as the season approaches. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy these deep dives into the biggest rumors in sports, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. The hot stove is burning and we are just getting started. See you next time.